Wait, what?
What the fuck?
Hold up. I would like to see that again. So, this was the play button of my journey, named Zavo Christie. I experienced my first Zavo Christie in 2015. It was like any other school fest, but it had a religious guideline to it, a fest for Christians only. Dance was always a thing inside me, not bragging. But when I saw my seniors dancing, I knew I had to take this train and be a part of the journey. Along this video, I'll be discussing some characters that I have come across in our Zavo Christie dance squad. The first character has to be Graham. Yeah, the one with that insane flip. Now this is a character who will last till the end of this video, cause his role in this dance squad cannot be obliterated. Graham was famous at school for mainly three things. First, his outstanding dance. Second, his contribution in athletics. And third, his disciplinary record. While there were others in the squad like Ryan Smith, Mark, Julian, who made 2015 a blast. Cut forward to 2016 when dance was getting recognized and taken seriously. Literally, they just finished their sequence one day prior to the event. Anyways, let's get into the characters, cause lots to cover. Meet Mr. Clinch. Ooh, that damn jawline. Andrew looks like his whole career depends on this dance. He was the stud boy of our school. Smooth. His clench rates are higher than Steve Rogers. He clenches more than an average person clench their ass in a year. I assure you, by 2030 his face will have abs. The fact that I'm dissing him so much is that he's my best friend. And indeed, going back the memory lane, Andrew taught me how to be street smart and how to perfectly punch alcohol in a soft drink bottle. Smooth. Ryan was a performer and he used to win hearts with his antiques. And I still remember that Shairi session on this day after the practice. Ryan was a character in itself. Apart from his humor, he could also own up to his mistakes. Let me explain. See over here, he's walking off the stage thinking that it's not his sequence. Quickly realizes it, comes back and owns the stage. Vishal took his inspiration from here and started his own dance group. There were very few members in the group who actually knew how to dance. Vishal was one of them. He has a passion for dance. You will notice it when he performs.
ये क्या है? ये तो टट्टी है.
His presence was like the terror funding nations team in Cricket World Cup 2023. Pointless. अरे भाई भालो नाचिस भाई भालो नाचिस. Smooth. Now this upcoming sequence is one of my favorite and maybe the stupidest sequence. Two reasons why this is my favorite sequence. One, come on man, it's a Kygo music. You can't really go wrong with a Kygo music. Second, this dance looks aesthetic AF man. The gloves had an impact. You know why I say it's a stupid sequence? It's because it looks like a PT drill in school. You know, one we had in junior school. Yeah, if you put your thought into it, you will see the resemblance. Well, all things considered, 2016 was an exciting year. I could relate more with this team as it had some known faces. With all the mistakes and its makeup, it became a comedy of error. And just when we almost cracked the code of what would be an ideal performance. Now nothing is going to stop us. 2017 will be our year. And with that, we lost all hopes of winning that year. So intentionally, we didn't want to fuck it up for Graham, Murmu and Philip because it was their last year performing. Our initial plan was to just go out on the stage and just chill. But just like 2016, আমরা কুত্তার লেজ পারফরমেন্সের 2 ঘন্টা আগে আমরা লাস্ট সিকোয়েন্স শেষ করি। বাড়া কেমনি করে মনে থাকবে? Yeah, this is us practicing 2 hours before the fest. Yeah, কিচ্ছু মনে থাকবে না, সব ভুলে গেছি। Honestly, if you ask me, we had the judge in the first 2 sequences. Man, it was the cleanest sequence I've ever seen. And of course, it was choreographed by Graham. Okay, so enough of that. Let's jump into the characters. So this is Murmu. He was one of those guys who keeps quiet, but if you give him the right amount of drugs, they'll do crazy shit. I still remember the day we were discussing something about a backflip, who could perform that, and this guy just did a backflip. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, he fell on his head. I don't know what drugs was he on that day, but it was the right stuff. Lorenzo was the guy who was given names from all of us. Most popular were given by Graham. One of them were Spastic Motherfucker. David and I used to call him Behan Ki Lodi. There was one more. I don't remember. Shomol tor jodi mone ache comment kore dish. I never hung out with him much, but I would say he's a good guy with a good sense of humor, knows how to take jokes, and also very hardworking cause he was the only one in the group who had taken science. Now Philip danced just to impress the girls in the audience and usually did something other than the given steps. That was the usual pattern for him. The best example were from Bosco Fest. See, excites the crowd, elevates the level. Good, right? Crowd goes crazy. But on that day, he forgot that we were watching him.
Okay.
Right after he did his Michael Jackson turn, we fucked up. We fell like domino pieces and the act went to shit. Just for context, let me just show you what we were supposed to do and what we did. That was an exciting year indeed. The bond between us grew stronger as everything was taught in-house. I won't forget the practice sessions after schools held at Samudra Southern, and also not learning from our mistakes, almost ruining the last year for them. But we still had the belief to come back with the hope of nailing it next year.
Why the fuck you lying?
It all comes down to this. Everything was moving fast, like very fast. With the Turtle Kid just winning the World Cup that year, stages were set once again for a final act as a team. Before the actual performance, let me just finish off with the characters. Meet Anjan, who acts human when sober, but a drunk Anjan is wild AF. And trust me, it's more entertaining than you think. Legends say he's still lying there. Anyways, let's jump back to Anjan. Smooth. He was known as the Black Horse as he was pretty good at long distance races. Gold medal were usually claimed by him. Naveen clearly claimed the MVP that day for me. He easily cooked us individually on the stage. The way he danced in the second sequence became iconic, and even now it's being remembered as pepper spray equals to Naveen. Man, he's good. Now for the next character, I have a philosophy. There are some gifted by God himself. Every move that they make is something out of the world. And then comes those who create their own opportunity with sheer hard work and dedication. And then God sends those who do whatever they feel like. Good player, but hella annoying. Yeah, I'm talking about my brother, Shomu, aka Ashley. His knack for rubbing people in the wrong way often landed him in many hit lists, a trend that hasn't changed to this day. People often know Shomu for all the wrong reasons, but I think he's not that bad if you get to know him. To me, he's been more than just a brother. He has been my partner in crime, my source of moral support, and the one I can joke and laugh about anything and everything with. I've hung out with David the most of my final year. We used to make fun of fellow classmates and teachers. A few things I'll never forget are his role playing of a dog that chased him once, and the finest piece of graffiti art he did on his maths answer script in his final year exam. And now, the moment you have been waiting for.
They can't see my vision, can't see I'm winning. Lord, tell me if you ever split these villains. Can't see my vision, can't see I'm winning. Lord,
They don't know I go 0 to 100.
Game so sharp, I might cut this. You hating on the boy? Put my little job, cause I love that stuff.
I'm OG locked.
Comment your thoughts below. What do you think of a final year's performance? Honestly, if you ask me, we did a decent job. I guess Rishu was the choreographer for this year. This project holds a special place in my heart. While I won't say I miss school, but there is an undeniable part of it still lingers within me. A sense of belonging, the values instilled in us, and the memories of teamwork and celebration. This video is my humble attempt to acknowledge the tireless effort of our school, our teachers, and everyone who made Zao Christie a reality. Special thanks to Gabriel sir and Rohan sir, who went above and beyond to make us feel important and to ensure the fest was a success. Looking back, we now understand just how challenging it is to organize something of this scale, and we are deeply grateful for everything you did. Thank you on behalf of all the Christian students for giving us memories that truly go beyond words. As Zaverian students, we stood united under our motto, Nihil Ultra, Nothing Beyond. This is Valentine signing off, and until we see again.
I need to know.